Hi everybody, I'm Ezgi from Bilkent University. I will introduce some project related to fluency, accurate, false, and predicted memory performances. According to literature, exposure to post-event misinformation increases the distortion and retrieval of memories, which is called false memory. The aim of the current study was to examine the effect of fluency on accurate, false, and predicted memories in misinformation paradigm. Predicted memories was measured through judgments of learning, which is collecting confidence rating for subsequent memory performance from 0 to 100. And effect of meta-memory judgments mostly studied through fluency in the literature. Fluency means ease of processing while completing a mental task. Here is an example for the perceptual fluency manipulation. Here is the disfluent version. And in the literature, it was mostly found that perceptually fluent items are perceived as more memorable. Moreover, the relation between fluency and false memory was studied in the DRM paradigm, and they found that this fluent presentation increased the recall of lure words. So it's critical to examine how our memories are affected when we witness the initial event unclearly, and how exposure to misinformation influences the subsequent memories in this case. In the light of related literature, we have 4 critical hypotheses. We expected to observe more false memories due to misinformation manipulation and lower JOS and lower accuracy rates for disfluent items and higher false memories in disfluent condition. 8 vignettes from Okada and Stark study were used. Each vignette consists of 50 images, and to create false memory, they created the second versions of the vignettes, which have 12 images with small differences. Here is an example. In the original phase, the guy holding a pepper. In the misinformation phase, he was holding a cucumber. We created the masked version of the original phase to manipulate fluency in initial encoding. In our experiment 1, in the study phase, we presented participants with 4 disfluent and 4 fluent stories. Each image is in the stories, followed by JOS. In the misinformation phase, we only present a fluent version of the stories, including small changes. Here is an example, a credit card changed to a hanger. We use 15 minutes Doku test as a distractor, and we measured their memory performance through 18 forced choice recognition questions for each story. Each question includes 3 choices. Foil 1 is unrelated option, false 1 is the option which presented in the misinformation phase, and correct 1 is presented in the original study phase. We collected data from 56 participants. Here is the result of experiment 1. This fluent presentation decreased both accurate and predicted memory performances, but we couldn't find any difference in the false memories. Another critical result of experiment 1 was related to JOS. As we know, in the original phase, this fluent presentation decreased the judgment of learning. However, in the misinformation phase, participants saw all the items in fluent version, but the effect of original phase continued in the misinformation phase, which means that if the item was presented disfluently in the original phase, participants gave lower JOL for that item in the misinformation phase. Moreover, we observed an increase in JOLs from original phase to misinformation phase. In this experiment, we found accurate predictions of memory performances, lower JOLs for the disfluent presentation. However, we couldn't find any significant difference in false memories. It might be related to JOL's reactivity, making JOL sometimes affect the actual memory performances. The second experiment, we used exactly the same method with the experiment 1, but to control judgments of learning reactivity, we eliminate that part of the method. For this study, we collected data from 56 students. Results of experiment 2 replicated the results of experiment 1. We found decrease in accuracy rates for disfluent presentation. However, we couldn't find any significant difference for false memories. It's critical to discuss why. It might be related to type of fluency manipulation, type of stimuli, duration of experiment, and high number of stimuli. This project still has some critical take-home messages, mostly related to eyewitness testimony. While questioning someone about an event they witnessed, Be sure that they saw the event clearly and they weren't exposed to misinformation. Moreover, asking their judgments for their recalls might be critical since they are quite accurate. Here is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening, and you can reach us through our emails for your questions, and I thank you, my dearest supervisor, Miri Besken. Have a nice day.